5 properties of a parallelogram. And let me also speak to this too. Quadrilateral is just a 4-sided figure. It has no properties. I know some of you on your similar test thought that opposite sides were parallel in a quadrilateral. They're not. They're not. Only in a parallelogram. And I'll start it off, I guess. Opposite sides parallel. All right. Quadrilateral has no properties other than it's got 4 sides. All right. What do you got? Let's roll. All right, let's go. Listen. Here we go. I don't got time for numbers or hands. Let's go. Opposite sides are also congruent. Whoa! I can only write so fast, Nick. Go. Opposite. I know. Nick had it. Don't try to steal it. That's what you're just trying to do right there. I'm closer to you, so maybe you can hear me better. No. Opposite angles congruent. Whoa. Diagonals bisect each other. Consecutive angles, supplementary, and I'm going to ask you what that means here. What's that word, consecutive? Huh? Parallelogram. Yep. Okay, the first thing, if this is parallelogram ABCD, how do I label it? Clockwise or counterclockwise? I don't jump diagonally. ABCD. Give me a pair of consecutive angles. A and B, B and C, C and D, D and A. They add up to 180. Good. Perfect. Anything else on parallelogram? All right, next up. What else is in the parallelogram family? Rectangle. All right, let's do the rectangle then. All right, let's see. Good little review here. You're definitely got to know that property. This one. I got 4.
All angles are right angles.
Even before that. I'll write that in B here. I think there's a much, much more important one that everyone always overlooks. It's a parallelogram too. So Ellie, it has all the parallelogram properties. Everyone always thinks right angles, right angles, right angles. Is that true? Yeah, it's true. But we got to remember, it has all these too. All right, it has more. All parallelogram properties. All right, all the parallelogram properties. In addition to, okay, now all right angles. Diagonals congruent, Tyler. Yeah. Period 7 knew it. Just throwing that out there.
Diagonals are perpendicular bisectors?
Oh my God, no. Diagonals are not perpendicular in a rectangle. They are not perpendicular. Oh.
Diagonals bisect the angles?
Nope, not in this one. Not in a rectangle. All right, ready? We'll figure this property out together. What did I just draw in there? Oh. And what did I just draw in there? What do you know about the two? They're congruent and they bisect each other because it's a parallelogram. So if both these diagonals were 10 and they bisect each other, what do you know about these 4 pieces? What do the diagonals form? 4 isosceles triangles. All right. Diagonals form 4 isosceles triangles. Why is that, so, to me anyway, why is that so important? What's across from those congruent sides? So I know those 2 are equal. I know those 2 are equal. And both of these add up to what? 90, because it's a right angle. So that's pretty important to me that the angles across are equal. All right, you're slacking a little bit. Didn't know that last one. We'll see how you do on the next one. What's the other parallelogram? Rhombus, yeah. So here we go. Green, rhombus. All right, how many properties should I have here? Definitely that one. I think. Okay, I'm ready.
All properties parallel.
Okay, well, you got it, right? It's a parallelogram. All parallelogram properties, highly overlooked. All parallelogram properties. All sides congruent.
The diagonals are perpendicular.
Perpendicular diagonals.
Diagonals bisect the angles.
Wow. Nice job back there. Yeah. Did you just look that up?
Yeah, on my phone.
This guy. Everyone in diagonals, you know what I mean by bisect the angles, right? The angles they're drawn to, they bisect. Bisect angles. Good work. Last one I'm not going to put up here is what, though? Square. Why am I not going to put it up? Because I don't feel like rewriting every single property that's already up here. Square has anything. It's the golden child. All right? Maybe some of you can relate. I definitely can. All right? My poor sister. All right? All good here? Questions? We sure? Before we go on to family 2. Okay, so those are all the parallelograms. Next up is the trapezoid family. Yep. And we start with the OG, the original one, which is just the
One pair of sides parallel.
whoa, whoa. Can we have a vocabulary term for that one pair of parallel sides? Bases. Those are called the bases. Yes. And that's it. Done. Done. We don't see much with the trapezoid. Why? Because it only has one property. We see more with the souped up version. Version 2.0, and that's the, oh yeah, isosceles trapezoid. Oh boy. We're gonna need 1, 2, 3, 4 for this one. Let's get out the trap. What do you got for me? Whoa, whoa, what do we got? Base angles congruent, okay. And here's the issue though. A lot of you see base angles and you're just gonna, that's it. There's 2 pairs of base angles up here as well. Those are the base angles. They're congruent to each other. Whoa, we even had the vocabulary term. The non-parallel sides, legs. Legs are congruent.
Bases are parallel.
Bases are still parallel because it's a trapezoid, right? One more. Diagonals congruent. There you go. Isosceles trapezoid. Looks good. One more family. So we had the parallelograms, we got the trapezoids, and then we got the outcasts, which maybe some of you now can start relating. And that would be the kites, yes. Adjacent sides, right? And there's your kite. Opposite sides are not congruent, just adjacent sides. I don't, how many do I want here? Definitely that one. Yeah, we can add that one in. All right, what do you got? There could be more, but diagonals are perpendicular. Won't work on that, huh?
One of the diagonals bisects 2 angles, like the one between the non-congruent.
The longer diagonal bisects the shorter one.
And it's in.
So the lines
Okay, how about ready? Longer diagonal bisects shorter, diagonal, and its angles. And somebody also, I think, was trying to mention this, that where the two sides, where the non-congruent sides meet, are congruent angles, and that is true as well. Okay, and that is true as well. All right, any questions about your quads before you start practicing with them? Okay, you know how I feel about answer keys. Let's get those out so we know we're doing the right work. And again, if you don't feel disciplined enough that you're not going to be able to stay on the answer key, that you're going to be browsing the web, look at somebody else's answer key. And you can work with people in your group, that's fine. Start working with people in your group. If you get done with the problems I suggested, keep moving on to something else. Okay, there's a slew of problems in that packet. Let me put the questions back up here in a second.